FPL game week 32 team selection. We'll have a double game week in game week 32 as well as the next week as well. So in today's video we'll be going through a review of my game week 31 and my team selection for game week 32. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button and hit that subscribe, and let's get into it. What's up? It's FPL Vert where arrows go green, and as you can see, they went green again. Yeah, 59 points, which was 8 points above the safety score. So we're into the top 40k in game week 31 with the bench boost, French free hit, and triple captain yet to play. So quite hopeful of ending the season quite well. Just a review: David Raya conceded a very contentious penalty, but didn't really concede anything else outside of that. Daniel Munoz scored the winner in the A23 derby. Palmer was surprisingly left out of the starting 11, and the rest of the midfield blanked, including Salah, but luckily Jacob Murphy carried the whole midfield. Philippe Mateta scored his first goal since the return from injury, and Marmoush and Isak both failed to flatter deceive. So that's how we looked in game week 31, and let's look how we're looking in game week 32. So just before the team selection, just a reminder that we are at the halfway point between the Champions League quarterfinals. Of course, Arsenal defeated Real Madrid 3-0 in a brilliant performance on Tuesday, and Aston Villa lost 3-1 away at PSG just last night. So just to be mindful of potential rotation in game week 32. So into the team selection, and Emi Martinez does get the nod for Aston Villa's trip to Southampton. I guess there is potential for him to get rotated, but if he doesn't play, we'll just get right off the bench, so it's okay. Aston Villa have kept clean sheets in 4 successive head-to-head meetings against the Saints, and Southampton are now confirmed to be relegated, so it should be a simple game really, but let's see what happens. Daniel Munoz has scored 2 goals and 3 assists in 2025, and that makes him the top scoring defender in 2025. His Crystal Palace side played twice in double game week 32 with trips to Man City and Newcastle. Gvardiol takes on Daniel Munoz's Crystal Palace in the early kickoff on Saturday. Man City are actually unbeaten in 3 league games now in their run for the top 5 and 4 in all competitions, so they're in decent form, but let's see, because Crystal Palace have obviously been a great away team recently. Dan Burn Newcastle played twice in double game week 32 as well as Crystal Palace, and both of them at St James's Park. Man United are actually scoreless in 4 of their last 8 game weeks, but Palace are unbeaten in their last 10 away matches, so we're getting 2 sides of the coin here. Ismaila Sarr is part of my Crystal Palace triple up. Sarr has the best points per average start in away games for the Crystal Palace this season, out of all the teammates that have more than 1 league start on the road. So despite my preference for Eze, he actually does have some potential, so let's see. Mohamed Salah failed to find the net in back-to-back games now, but he has a league high 7 big chances in 2025 home matches. He also has scored 5 goals in 6 Anfield appearances, so maybe he can get back on the trail this week. Cole Palmer took 3 shots off the bench at Brentford, and he could have also won the game. No player's taken more shots in the last 4 game weeks, so let's hope he actually gets to start against Ipswich this week, because of course they do have the Conference League, but for some reason, bizarrely, Maresca rested his Premier League team for the Conference League, which I don't really understand. But let's hope for some starts here, because only Southampton have conceded more goals than Ipswich in the past 6 game weeks. Jacob Murphy is fresh off a 16-point haul, having assisted Isak in his last home game as well. Philippe Mateta has 5 goals in 5 games on the road this calendar year, and surprisingly, Newcastle conceded 10 goals in 5 home matches, with only the promoted sides having a worse home record. Omar Marmoush City have scored at least 2 goals in 10 of their last 11 home matches against the Eagles, so let's hope for some goals here. And with 8 goals in his last 8, Isak will wear the captain. United will likely have one eye on the Europa League tie with Lyon, but Crystal Palace, as mentioned, have unbeaten in 10 away matches. So was thinking about potentially triple captaining, but I do think we'll probably have a better opportunity to triple captain in game 36, where if City get past Forest, they'll play Southampton away and Bournemouth at home, which I think is much better than facing this Crystal Palace team anyway. So no triple captain for me. Of course, the other question is whether to start Rashford or Marmoush. I'm not too sure yet, but let's see. So that's the team selection for this week. Of course, the deadline is on Saturday, so make sure your team's all set up, and drop any questions you may have in the comments, and you can DM me. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.